We will just wait for others to come. There are still 13 participants. Okay, let us just start. Okay, so here, no, as you can see in the previous, okay, in our previous, this one, no, as you can see here, the catalytic efficiency, as I have said, it has a very wide range of difference. Now, for the uncatalyzed here and the catalyzed here. Now, so the uncatalyzed, the energy of activation here is very high, while the one which is catalyzed here, okay, what happened is it has a very low energy of activation. That's the function of the catalyst, the enzyme. This will lower the energy of activation, and this will hasten up the what you call the reaction. Dugay ni siya because it is uncatalyzed, kani pass, and it will give a product immediately. Okay, so what is being accomplished by an enzyme is different from the one which has no enzyme. No? So enzyme causes the reaction to proceed, as I have said, under conditions. As I have said, there are factors that could affect enzyme activity, such as temperature, concentrations, pH, like that, okay, which will be discussed in the next. Okay, so enzyme can accomplish in seconds. Take a look. What might take hours or weeks under laboratory condition. So this is now our carbonic. I had already discussed this, no, with the presence of the enzyme, which is carbonic anhydrase. This one, this is urea. Your substrate here is urea. And your enzyme here is urase. Okay. So as you can see in the reaction previously, enzyme will act on a specific reaction. That is why it is one of the distinguishing characteristics of the enzyme is very specific, or the other term there is specificity. Okay, so an enzyme related relative specificity only catalyze certain substances. No? Mag-differ na siya sa substance. For instance, for the hydrolysis of lipids, we have lateces, like that. So, for the split of protein, we have the proteases. For the hydrolysis of phosphate, we have the phosphatases. Okay, that's it. So, an enzyme also is stereochemical specific, meaning naa siya specific, certain if this is now the location, na guna siya certain location nga mo attach or mo attack. No? So, for instance, no, we have two possible enantiomers of protein. Na? That is in the amino acid. Diba? Duha makabok. The D, the dextrorotatory, and the L, levorotatory amino acid. So, ang mostly makatalyze is only the D, not the L, like that. So, that is specificity. For the regulation, so catalytic behavior of enzyme can be regulated. Pwede nimo ipapaspas, pwede po nimo pili. That can be regulated. So, a relative small number of all possible in a cell could take place with the presence of an enzyme. So the cell controls the rate of this reaction, no? Depending on the action also of enzyme. So that is regulation. No? So let's have the other. Let's proceed to the naming. Okay. Sayot sa. Ako sang ablihan. The naming. Okay. So we are now in the naming of an enzyme. Okay. How are we going to name an enzyme? No? So enzyme, we are now in the enzyme nomenclature and classification. Actually, those early enzyme which is discovered, it does not have an ACE ending. No? For instance, the enzyme pepsin, mostly katong mga early discovered ends with IN, ending in IN, from protein. From protein. That is because it's in protein. Okay, so that's the old way of naming it. Pero wala to siya mabago. For instance, enzyme pepsin, trypsin, chymotrypsin, what makes it ending with is? Gano man? Because this indicates that they are made of or coming from protein. That in there, no? Mura naghapog sa atong organic chemistry. Alcohol, all of its name will end with all, like that. No? So that is the early discovered enzyme, ends with in. But because of its large number of enzymes, what happened here is, same thing with chemistry, tungkol sa kadaghan sa mga inorganic or organic compounds, we come up with IUPAC way, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry way of naming. Kanipod, they come up with the EC, the enzyme, the enzyme way, enzyme community. Okay, enzyme community comes up with this way of naming it. That is the International Union of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. So enzymes are grouped into 6 classes. Okay, so using an easy name, then it ends with ACE. Ana nakarot, no? Way labot ni. Kani as isa gyapon ning katong the early way of naming it, no? That is the pepsin, the trypsin, chymotrypsin. But they come up with the 6 major classes. What are these 6 major classes? Okay, so the easy, that is the easy one. That is easy one. They are named as oxidoreductases. What is that oxidoreductases? From oxido, meaning the way there is oxidation. That reductases, reduct is reduction, reaction. Okay, that's it. Therefore, the type of the reaction that is being catalyzed in easy one, that is oxidoreductases, is oxidation reduction reaction. Then the easy two, okay, transfer of functional groups, from the word transfer. Okay, so they add it with aces. Transfer then aces. So easy to, what is its function? Basta mo transfer ganang functional group, meaning from alcohol like that, okay, it will be transferred. Okay, the enzyme that is used there is the transferases. Memorize this. Then the EC3 is, what is the reaction that is being catalyzed here? It is the hydrolysis. Basta hydrolysis reaction gani, ang kind of an enzyme there is the hydrolases. Then the addition of double bond to the reaction, unsa man na siya nga klase nga enzyme. EC4 na siya, the layases. Then, if it is isomerization reaction, from the word isomerization, so add it isomerase, then add it with aces, isomer, then aces. Therefore, that group name there is isomerases. And the last one, as I have said, there are 6. The last one is the formation of the bond with the ATP, the adenosine triphosphate cleavage. What is it? That is the ligases. So memorize. It's easy to memorize. Thanks for the easy community. They made it easy. Okay. So that is the 6th classification of an enzyme. So mao ni ang system, no? Ako ra gipakita, but we will not have it here, no? Hydrolysis ni, then this is liases, this is isomerases, this is ligases. Ha? Katong this is EC1 na tanitanan, then EC1, then EC2, asa to? EC2, di ba? Ang EC1 is all oxidoreductases, na? Kani EC2, that is transferases. EC3 is hydrolysis, na? EC4 is liases. EC5 is isomerases. EC6 is ligases. Okay? So, for example, we have here. So, enzyme are also assigned common names derived by, di ba? Kita na mo, it is being added with ACE. ACE, no? To name the substrate. Ang substrate may tanaw ninyo ani, no? Una mo maka-name sa enzyme. No? For instance, here, what is this? Diba? This is urea. This is now our substrate. No? Our substrate is urea. And how are you going to name this? This belongs to, no, laces. No? What will happen here? This belongs to, this is now your urea. Because it is hydrolysis, no? The substrate is urea. Kanitanawan ninyo ni. Substrate is urea. Functional group is the amide. Di ba mo niyang amide? This one? This is the amide. Okay. What kind of reaction? Basta kakita gani mong H2O manhia. Ang reaction ana is hydrolysis. No? How are you going to name this? Okay. Ang common name is, unsa nga enzyme here? Ang common name tong una is, you look into this. This is it. Ang substrate. Ang substrate is urea plus ACE. Therefore, your substrate that is needed to have this substrate urea is urease. What will be the EC name of that? Unsa ang ngalan sa substrate? Ibutang urea. Unsa ang iyang gi-actidapan? Unsa functional group? It is amino, no? Diba? That's the amide, amido. Then unsa ang, mas lisod no ang easy, no? Basta yun ang common. Okay, what happened here? This is the water. And what is hydrolysis? Therefore, name this first in the EC. This is urea. Then, what is the functional group? Amido. What is the reaction? Hydrolysis. So, katong hydrolysis mo imong end with ACE. Therefore, the EC name of your enzyme is urea amido hydrolase. Actually, this one is very specific. No? Okay, makita nimo, this is the substrate. This is the one which is being acted by the substrate. This is the one which is the reaction. Here, no? Another one. Kisa may makatag-an ani, unsa man ni siya? This is an alcohol. What kind of an alcohol? It is ethanol or ethyl alcohol. Unya na ta mo adto sa, no? Naming. Unahon na to, unsa ang group? This is acted upon. This is the ethyl alcohol. Okay. Unsa nga reaction basa kita ani mo NAD gani will be converted into NAD plus tas kani with hydrogenation. What do you mean by dehydrogenation? Mawala kani hydrogen. It will be added into your NAD with hydrogen. Ang process ana is dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation, removal of hydrogen. Mawala ang hydrogen nga ni sa imong ethyl alcohol. Ang product nimo is it will form into what is HO? an aldehyde. Okay, this is an ethanol. No? Okay, so what happened here? Common name. Unsa? Alcohol. Ay, nabutang ethyl alcohol. Alcohol. No? Unsay process that is dehydrogenation. No? So, kuhaan ng Sean, butangi og ace na kuhaan ng Sean, then add with ace what is now the common name of your enzyme here. This is alcohol dehydrogenase. Okay? So, in the EC international enzyme community, what's the name here? It is an alcohol dehydrogenase. Pareho na siya, alcohol dehydrogenase. That is for how to name it, okay? Oh, so we end up here. This is now your assignment. You are going to predict now the action of this. Your enzyme given, the maltase. So what happened is, kamoy mo hatag, oy, kayot. Balik. Balik. Kamoy hatag sa kani. So, given na ang enzyme, kamoy mo hatag sa reaction nga ingani. Okay? That will be our quiz. Quiz for this. And this will be, kung saan gusto ninyo. Okay. This is, tulo ni siya kabuk, ha? Okay. The first reaction is the maltase. Of course, giving you an overview of that. Of course, it is a maltose. Your substrate is a maltose. What is peptidase? Okay. Then we have glucose 6-phosphate isomerase. So you're going to give the reaction like this, Anna, with an easy name, substrate, functional group, type of reaction, and the common name for that 3. Okay. And here, you're going to match. Anna. So your matching type here is, we have this different enzyme. Unsa nga klase ang iyang reaction nga gi-catalyze. Dili ni mao, ha? Kana dili na siya mao. Kamoy otro. But you can have it like that, then you can have arrow like that. Okay? So this will be the end. Then we'll meet again. Mo pag-admit sa uban. We will meet again by Tuesday, discussing the last 2 topics. Okay? That ends. Ablihin yung mga camera. Mag-picture ta. Abli, pang-camera, second part. Second part, sige. Si Maria nang baka breakfast ng uban. Human na ta. Okay. Then, camera, action. Anak, Jeneline. Mga picture of Feligene. Asa na may mga naong ninyo? Uy, basig kayo mo magwalay plus points. Nabi ay plus points per me ang mo attend, ha? Pero it doesn't mean na dili na gyud. Wala kay Kam. Sige lang, butangin lang og kanang naong-naong. Like that. Wala Kam. Basta butangin lang naong, ha? Cristel, asa naman imong naong? Okay. So, we have still time. So, you can ask question. So, this will be, usa man, akong ibusod sa LMS o dili na ang kuan assignment. Ibusod na lang ako sa LMS, no? Okay. Isawad na ako sa LMS. Of course, every time we had our fun, there is always plus points, but there is no minus points for those who could not attend. It's unfair ba? Siglisod sila pangita og Kaya load or lisod sila pangita o internet connection. So, sige na, you can ask question na. I-unmute mo. I-mute mo din eh. Sige. Any question? Ingon ko, second week pa ang finals. Then, pila ka laboratory tulo na activity ato? Hello? Kasi mo tubag na ko. Tulog activity ra, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Kana na tulo ra ta ka activity. So, aron di ko maglisod, sige lang. Ako na kuha sa inyong activity sa inyong katong FGI2, no? FGI2. Ako na kuha sa inyong activity, ako na check sa inyong activity nga tuwa sa giusara man namo to. Kaya ako ron po mo grade sa FGI1 o FGI2. So, ako na mo kuha, na? So, any more question? So, see you by Tuesday. We will be discussing the last two topics. Okay? But I will also isud sa siguro na ako sa LMS ang atong katong quiz, na? Isa na to siya. Aron makabalo mo unsaon pag ni. Wala na yung mga pangutana, mga gwapa o mga gwapo?
Apel, PPT mo isan, ma'am.
Duha. Gusto po niyo PPT? Okay, PPT. PPT with the video. Zoom video. Social man taron. Amo ko'y take.